Okay, everyone. So we are doing another interesting lesson today, and it's called Revathis musical plans. So, guys, what I want to know from you is: have you ever heard that plants also respond to music? If you have, or if you haven't, I request you to please post it in the chat. Like we love listening to music, whether we are happy or we are sad or we are distressed, and our body does have some response to some music. So even if you're sitting in a restaurant having dinner, and if there's music playing, your shoulders will automatically start moving a little bit, or your hands or your fingers will start tapping the table on which they're resting. So plants also have a deep connect with music, just like we human beings do. What we also know about plants is that even plants have life, and I think ये तो हमने शायद फिफ्थ या फोर्थ में ही पढ़ लिया होगा that plants also have life. Do plants cry? Yes, they do cry. Do they respond when they are happy? Yes, they do respond when they are happy. So plants and human beings and animals, we are all the same. We do have life. The only difference between us and the plants is that they cannot move from one place to the other like we do. Rest, they do have life. They do feel the pain just like we do. So here in this story, the main character, the protagonist of the story is Revati and her musical plans. So this is a story between Revati and her musical plans. I request all of you to please have your yeah, have your pens and pencils ready and write the meanings wherever required. In case if you have any doubts, you can post your doubts later when we end. If you post your doubt right now, I might not be able to see it in the end because a lot of messages would follow anyway. So mark your doubts and then ask your doubts in the end. Let's begin. Revati was a student of music. She was happy playing on her violin whenever she was free. So what we come to know about Revati in this first line is that she was a young girl, a pretty young girl, and she was a student of music. So she was a music lover as well. And she was happy playing on her violin whenever she was free. So what we come to know is that she was a happy musician. She happily learned music, and the instrument that she learned was violin. And she would play this violin whenever she was free or whenever she had some time apart from her studies and school. There was a small open courtyard in front of her house with a small cement bench. So there was a small open courtyard. Guys, courtyard is a kind of an open space or a garden just in front of your house. Okay, I'll repeat, it's an open space or a garden in front of the house. Now, the reason why we people aren't really aware about courtyards is because in Mumbai, we don't have enough space to have courtyards. To have courtyard just outside your house, you got to be really a rich person to have owned the land, or you should be a person जिन्होंने 50-60 साल पहले ही वो जमीन खरीद के रखी हुई थी. Because if you plan to have a courtyard now, I won't say it's impossible, but it's difficult. So this girl, Revati, had a little courtyard right in front of her house, and this little courtyard had a small cement bench. She would sit on the bench and practice on her violin. There were a few potted plants in the courtyard. So what she would do is she would sit on that particular bench around her plants in the garden in the courtyard, and she would play her violin there when she was free. And what else would she do? She would sit there and play her violin along with her potted plants. So there were a few potted plants in the courtyard. Potted as in the ones which are put in a pot. While playing on the violin one day, she noted a pot of balsam plants near the wall. The plants were not looking normal. They had pale green leaves and their growth was stunted. She remembered she had learned in the lower classes that plants need light for normal growth. She shifted the pot to the center of the courtyard where there was ample sunlight. So one day while she was playing violin, she noted a pot of balsam plants near the wall. Balsam ka meaning is given on the right hand side, you can see. It means the plants which are thrown away carelessly. कुछ plants जिनको carelessly फेंक दिया गया था उनके pots उसको दिखे. And she says the plants were not looking normal. वो normal नहीं दिख रहे थे. What was so abnormal about them? So they had pale green leaves. Pale as in faded. Faded. Faded or maybe light. तो अगर जैसे कि अगर आपको खाना नहीं मिलता तो हमारा जो चेहरा होता है वो जो बड़ा ब्राइट होता है वो डल हो जाता है. वैसे ही happens with plants also. So the plants had pale green leaves and their growth was stunted. Stunted का meaning slow down or stop growth. यानी कि उनकी जो growth थी वो रुक गई थी, वो बहुत slow हो गई थी. And now because she was a student, वो पढ़ाई कर रही थी, she remembered that she had learned in the lower classes that plants also need light for normal growth just like we do. So she shifted the pot to the center of the courtyard where there was ample sunlight. Ample का मतलब होता है plenty of. PLENTYOF. Plenty of sunlight. That's the first paragraph. While shifting the pot, an idea struck Revati. Why not participate in the best plant contest, which was to be held in her colony a few weeks later? Then and there, she decided to participate. Thus, making up her mind, she watered the plants and sat down on the bench and started playing her violin. She was very fond of the raga Mohanam. She played the raga for some time and then went in for her studies. So while she was shifting the pot, an idea struck her. एक idea है उसको. She thought, why not participate in the best plant competition in my locality, in my colony? And she had few weeks. So she thought that I will keep this plant in the center of the courtyard where there is enough sunlight. And she would then water the plants every day. And then she would sit down on the bench and play some music on the violin. There was a particular tune, a raga. Raga is a tune that she would love to play, and the favorite tune was Mohanam. So she would play this raga for some time, and then she would go in for her studies. Every day, Revati would sit on the bench and watch her potted plants. They were growing well and looking healthier than the other plants in the far end of the courtyard. So she would water the plant, she would play music, and every day she would sit there on the bench and watch her plants, and they were growing better now. थोड़े better लग रहे थे, थोड़े healthy लग रहे थे. And compared to the other plants, in the far end of the courtyard, जो दूर एक end में कुछ plants पड़े थे, उनसे better लग रहे थे. One day as she was playing, she noticed a movement in her potted plants. उसने एक movement notice किया. They were slowly moving their stems, bending slightly towards her. So वो लोग अपने stems को थोड़े बहुत move कर रहे थे और they were moving their stem, they were bending slightly towards her, उसके तरफ bend हो रहे थे, रेवती के तरफ. She wondered why they were moving, as there was no breeze. It struck her as odd. तो वो सोच रही थी कि यार ये क्या नया चीज है, ये move कैसे हो रहे हैं, ना ही यहाँ पर breeze है, ना ही हवा चालू है. It struck her as odd, which means it seemed very strange to her. Meaning दिया हुआ है आपके right hand side पे आप देख सकते हैं blue box में. The next evening too, she played on her violin as usual and watched the potted plants with care. After some time, like the previous day, there was a definite movement in her plants. Definite का मतलब noticeable. Definite का मतलब noticeable, ऐसा movement जो easily notice हो सके. They all bent towards her. This astonished and surprised her. Astonished and surprised means the same. Surprised का मतलब आप जानते हैं, astonished का मतलब भी surprised and shocked होता है. That day also there was no breeze. So now the next evening also she played the violin, she played the Mohan Raga, and she watched the plants with care. And sometime later, like the previous day, there was a noticeable movement, and all the plants they bent towards her once again. And once again she observed that there was no breeze. All right. Revati sat on the bench and played a different tune, one with a quick rhythm. So now this time she thought, एक दूसरा ट्यून बजाते हैं, and she thought, let us see whether the plants like the quick rhythm or not. She suddenly saw all plants turned away from her as though they did not like what she was playing. So जैसे ही उसने दूसरा क्विक वाला म्यूजिक शुरू किया, उसने ऑब्जर्व किया कि जो भी प्लांट्स थे, they were all moving a little away from her. If you remember the Mohan Raga, वो टाइम पे उसके प्लांट्स उसके तरफ बेंड होते थे, and now while she was playing this quick rhythm, they bent against her direction. Then she started playing her favorite tune again, and the plants slowly straightened themselves and bent towards her. So उसने देखा ये दूर चले गए, फिर से उसने अपना फेवरेट रागा बजाया. I want everyone to please name her favorite raga. उसका फेवरेट रागा क्या था, प्लीज उसको नेम कीजिए, चैट में डालिए. Come on everyone. Yes, that's the right answer. It's Mohanam. So she played her favorite raga once again, and she saw that the plants slowly straightened themselves and once again bent towards her. Her surmise became a certainty. Surmise is assumption. Okay? Assumption. Assumption. Her assumption became a certainty. Certainty as in something that she was sure of. उसको जो assumption लग रहा था उसको कि शायद मूव हो रहे हैं, हाँ वो श्योर थी. Her plants love to hear her favorite tune. तो जो उसका favorite tune था वही उसके plants का भी था. She kept the knowledge a secret, so she didn't say this to anyone. She did not tell anyone, not even her mother. There were only few days left for a prize distribution. To her great surprise, Revati found her potted plants not only taller and healthier than other balsam plants, but that day they had started flowering and a few days earlier than the other plants. So उसने ये जो बात थी कि उसके plants मूव होते थे, वो किसी को नहीं बताया. शायद ये सोच के नहीं बताया रहेगा किसी को कि maybe people will laugh at her or maybe they'll feel that she's a fool. So she thought I'll keep this secret to myself. Now, there was a great surprise to her because she saw that her potted plants, जिसको वो रोज पानी दे रही थी, these plants had started flowering all of a sudden. बाकी जो plants वो flower नहीं कर रहे थे, but ये जो plant थे, जिसको उन्होंने सबसे पहले center of coated में रखा था, they started flowering. The flowers were big and brightly colored, and one of the plants had an unusual kind of flower. एक थोड़ा अजीब सा flower था उसको. The flowers were mauve with white stripes. Mauve is of a pale purple color. So उसके जो plants थे वो थोड़ा उन्होंने pale as in light purple color लिया था, और उसके ऊपर white stripes थी, तो बहुत ही अजीब एक plant था जिसके ऊपर ऐसे flower थे. Okay. That evening she knew she would definitely get the prize for the best plants. She went to bed dreaming of her plants and the new type of flowers. The next day was the all important day. She got up in the morning and went straight to the courtyard to see her plants. Revati blinked for a few minutes, for there was neither the pot nor the plants. She looked to see if someone had moved the pot. She searched all over. She asked her mother. The mother said she knew nothing either about the pot or the plants. Some of the neighbors had been to their house the previous afternoon and had remarked at the beautiful flowers and the healthy looking plants in the pot. But later she had been busy inside the house and had been not to the courtyard. So अभी वो evening जिस दिन उसने flower देखा, she was sure that the prize for the best plant would be won by her. So she went to bed very excited. She thought about the beautiful plants and the flowers that would grow. The next morning, she woke up, ran straight to the courtyard to see her plants, and to her surprise, there was neither the pot and nor the plants. She looked, she thought maybe मम्मी ने शायद उसको move किया रहेगा. मम्मी को पूछा तो मम्मी ने बोला नहीं मैंने तो देखा भी नहीं है. Now, some of her neighbors had been to their house the previous afternoon, and they had said, "Wow, कितना beautiful flowers आया है." तो इसको डाउट हुआ कि कहीं मेरे किसी नेबर ने तो ये चोरी नहीं कर लिया है. But later she was very busy inside the house and she did not go to the courtyard after that. आफ्टरनून के बाद वो कोर्टयार्ड में गई ही नहीं. हो सकता है शायद नेबर्स ने लेकर चला गया हो. रेवती's grief knew no bounds. Knew no bounds is an idiom. उसका left hand side meaning है had no limits. Grief का मतलब sadness. Revati's sadness had no limits. She went around asking everyone of her neighbors, but no one had been anywhere near the pot of plants. सब neighbors को पूछा, सबने बोला कि नहीं यार हमने तो कुछ भी नहीं देखा. She could not lodge a complaint for a pot of plants. ना ही वो पुलिस को बोल सकती है, कंप्लेन कर सकती है कि किसी ने मेरे पेड़ पौधे चोरी कर लिए. अब उसके लिए थोड़ी कोई पुलिस उसको हेल्प करेगी. She felt as though everything was lost. She did not mind not getting the prize, but she really missed her plants. She had grown very fond of them. They were her friends who enjoyed her music. So वो बहुत सैड तो हो गई थी बट उसका सैडनेस इसलिए नहीं था कि अब प्राइज नहीं मिलेगा. सैडनेस इसलिए था कि शी विल मिस हर प्लान्स क्योंकि उसने उनको बहुत प्यार से उनको नर्चर किया था, उनको केयर किया था. एंड शी हैड गॉन वेरी फॉन्ड ऑफ देम. She had become very attached to the plants and they were her friends who enjoyed her music. That evening, all her friends were going to the prize distribution ceremony. She did not want to attend, but her friends forced her to. तो अगले दिन वो गई और प्राइज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सेरेमनी था एंड उसको इच्छा नहीं थी जाने की बिकॉज she knew that she won't find a plants anyway, but her friends forced her to go there. After reaching the place, she went to the benches where the potted plants were displayed. Revati was shocked. There was her pot of plants on a bench with the name of a distant neighbor of hers as a competitor written on a small piece of cardboard and placed in the soil. She knew it was her pot of plants. She went to the organizers of the show and showed them about it. All right. We will stop here for now and discuss the question answers because the question answers will take some time. So, all right. So I will ask questions now and you will raise your hands to answer. So here we go. The first question is, why did Revati change the pot's location? Raise your hands. Why did Revati change the pot's location? Okay, I see Kevin Solanki from Saidam, the first one to answer. Yes, Kevin.
Sir, for sunlight.
बेटा इतना ही आंसर लिखिए गया.
Revati changed the plant spot for giving the plants sunlight.
Okay, thank you. Please mute yourself.
Yes.
Anyone else who still wishes to answer? I'm putting all the hands down. If you still wish to answer, then put your hands up. Okay. Shubhra Sawant ने हाथ नीचे कर दिया है. Krishna Panchal from Vikroli. Yes, Krishna.
Hello, sir.
Hi, tell me the answer.
So when Revati saw that the plants were not looking very healthy and fine, so she changed the position of the plant.
Okay, and हाँ बोलिए आगे बोलिए.
And thought when she saw that the plants was not very healthy, so she thought that she should put the plant under sunlight so the plants get healthy.
And where did she learn this from? Remember, she learned it in her childhood days in the school.
Yes.
Okay, चलो ठीक है. Let us please mute yourself, Krishna. We'll go to the next question. The next question is name the favorite raga of Revati. ये तो आप लोग इधर ही लिख सकते हो चैट में ही. It is raga Mohanam. Okay. The next question is what strange thing did Revati notice about the potted plants? What strange things did Revati notice about her potted plants? Ashish Gupta. Ashish,
Yes, sir.
which center are you from?
Sir, Saidam.
Yeah, so you're supposed to write Saidam, okay?
Okay,
आपका
sir.
नाम है उसमें आगे साइदाम लिखना पड़ेगा आपको. चलिए आंसर बोलिए.
Sir, the reality was the plants with care, and after some time, the plant of definite movement. They bent towards her.
Okay. Thank you, Ashish. Please mute yourself.
Thank you, sir.
Let me see who else can answer. We go with Ramandeep Chandok from JB Nagar. अरे चला गया हाथ. We'll go with Twisha Toraskar from JB Nagar. Twisha, hi.
Hello.
Yeah, Twisha, what do you think is the answer?
Whenever she played her violin, the plants slowly started bending towards her. That she found really strange that the plants started bending towards her every single time she played the raga.
Right, and they bent towards her even though there was no breeze.
Yeah.
That's what made her feel a little strange. Okay, thank you so much, Trisha.
Thank you.
The next question. How did Revati confirm her discovery? How did Revati confirm her new discovery? Putting your hands down. वापस से hands up कर लीजिए. Anybody wants to answer? How did she confirm her discovery? All right, we go with Sara Shinde from Ghatkopar. Sara, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, Sara, what is the answer?
Sir, to confirm her new discovery, she played a quick tone, a
Right.
bit fast tone in front of her plants, but the plants didn't accept it. So she again played the Mohanam tune.
Okay. How did
So
she realize that the plants didn't like her quick tune?
because they bent,
No, they did not bend. In fact, they were already bent. So they became straight once again.
Yeah,
They went away from her. And when she played Raga Mohanam, they bent again.
they bent
That's how she
again to
confirmed her new
her new
discovery.
discovery.
Okay, thank you so much. Mute yourself.
Mm.
All right, the next question is, what shock did Revati receive on the price distribution day? All right. We go with Riddhi Gohil from DN Nagar. Yes, Riddhi.
Sir, because on the day of prize distribution, plant was not there on her courtyard.
Okay.
Hello,
Fine.
sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me.
Sir, because on prize distribution day, in her courtyard, plant was not there.
Okay, Riddhi, please mute yourself. Thank you. We will go with Rushil Tambe from Ghatkopar. Yeah, Rushil.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, because last night we went to bed and the other day when she returned to the courtyard, the plants were not there and she think that her neighbors have stolen her plants.
All right. Okay. Mute yourself, please. Thank you. Okay. If you still wish to answer this, you have a different answer, you can raise your hands. Yes, Harem from Ghatkopar, you raised your hands. Okay, anyone else? Nobody. Okay, now guys, if you have some doubts, you can ask me doubts. Post your doubts here in the chat. If you have no doubts, you can write no doubts. Quickly, please. Okay, everyone, your homework is going to be, I will just show it to you. What is courtyard? Courtyard is a garden. I will just share my screen and show you your homework. Your homework is going to be, can you see this activity 3A, 3B, 3A, 3B? That's it. Just two exercises, 3A, 3B. Activity 3A, 3B. Sara, there's no opposite to a courtyard. या backyard हो सकता है फिर maybe. Courtyard का opposite could be backyard. All right. Nishant sir, I don't think there's any doubt that the students have, so we are done.